Well, it's that time of year for the festivals, and we definitely have you covered with some great festivals on today's show. We're out in Thornbill at the Backwoods Festival. Also, we have the Country Living Festival. That's the one up on the fairgrounds, historical. Down here in Grove City at the Arts in the Alley Festival. We're downtown with the Caribbean Festival. There's so many things to see and do, and boy, you don't want to miss 1 minute of today's show. I'm Mike Kilburn, and along with Renee Warner, we're out and about checking out the festivals.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
Well, joining me today is Rachel Barrett. She's with the Country Living Fair that's coming to Columbus. And I got to tell you, it is a great event here in the Columbus area. Rachel, welcome to the show. Glad to have you on today.
Thanks so much. Good to be here.
Yeah. Tell us what the Country Living Fair is all about.
You know, we describe the Country Living Fair as the happiest place on earth. Disney trademarked that, so every now and then we'll say second happiest, but it's really the happiest. There are 20,000 plus shoppers, antique lovers, and lovers of sort of all things handmade that gather together just, in the name of the thrill of the hunt. And so it really is a really fun shopping event, highly spirited. People get to know each other standing in line to get in early in the morning, and by the end of the day, they're best friends. And so the editors really love being able to interact with the readers and getting to know them, see what they're buying. And so we get really excited internally about the fair, and if you live in the Columbus area, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah. Why do you think Columbus is such a perfect location for the Columbus Living Fair?
Well, we have a ton of readers in the Midwestern states, and so Columbus was sort of a no-brainer in terms of a central location. But the Ohio Village adds so much charm. You've got these beautiful churches and buildings and general stores that really just add to the country charm of the event. And so it's a picturesque location. I feel like the weather is perfect this time of year to get out and go shopping. And so the location geographically, the location in Columbus, and just the timing really makes it a super charming event.
Yeah. What kind of products can we expect? How many vendors and what kind of, how many visitors do you see visiting the Country Living Fair typically here?
There are about 200 to 250 vendors, and it's a mix of antiques, vintage finds, handmade goods, and you don't want to miss the food vendors. And so you can kind of find something for everyone. It's funny because, you see sometimes the husbands that have been dragged along to the event, and they think they're going to be bored. By the end of the day, they're walking out with a giant galvanized beer sign. So there truly is something for everyone. And, usually it is about 20,000 people that come out over the 3-day period. Some are repeat shoppers, but every single Country Living Fair draws visitors from 40 plus states. And so, I think in Columbus multiple times I've met readers who have traveled from Alaska to get to the Country Living Fair. So I think if you live in the, 1 hour radius, it's definitely a must do if people are booking flights and flying all the way from Alaska for this sort of event.
Yeah, I know it's a great event and a wonderful time for people to come out and enjoy this. Give us some contact information for people who want to learn more about the Country Living Fair and can come out and see you.
Just head to countryliving.com and you can find all of the information about the fair. I will say that advance ticket sales are cheaper, so you can save $5 if you order your tickets in advance.
Yeah, great. Rachel, we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us today via Skype. I know you're a busy woman, and thanks so much for bringing this event to the Columbus area.
No problem. Hope to see you there.
Well, look at these great products, some vintage things as well as some beautiful signs, all from Jilly Bean Soup. And we had an opportunity to talk to Jill and find out all about her company and what you're going to find at Country Living Fair, plus some of the pop-up stores and things that she has going on. Well, Jill, good to have you on Out and About Columbus.
Thank you so much.
So you have a company called Jelly Bean Soup. And so tell us a little bit about that company.
All right. So Jelly Bean Soup started about 10 years ago. And we are a retail and wholesale business that designs and manufactures products for the crafting world. So we started out with a lot of paper crafting item, and we gradually just evolved into lots of different things. We've done planner products. We've done party products. And then we also do a lot of craft surfaces. So when I talk about that, I'm just talking about like wood and galvanized, things that you can make signs and such from. You can see a lot of samples up here on the wall behind me where we've used stencils and paint or wood pieces or lots of different things just to make some really cool home decor.
Wow.
So DIY. Yes.
That's neat.
Yep.
So we got the Country Living Fair coming up, and what products will you have there?
Okay, so Jelly Bean Soup, being that it's more of the craft supplies, we actually will have some of our signs that you can see behind you that we actually do the finished good, and we sell the finished products there. And then Concord Road, which is actually a sister company of Jelly Bean Soup, is what we'll be selling our vintage goods there. And you can see a good sampling behind me. We collect stuff for almost the entire year. Before that, we have some upcycled goods. We've got our signs, like I said, that we actually make in-house. And then we've just got a ton of lots of good things, really cool stuff, stuff that you want to bring into your home decor items. We've got furniture. We've got, so many good things.
I was looking at the thermoses. I remember those from my lunchbox.
Yes. So for some reason, I have been attracted to the plaid and the red and stuff this year. I don't know why, but it just stands out to me when we go picking.
And you just don't see those anymore.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Hence the vintage part, right?
Yes. Exactly. It takes you back. Yeah.
If folks are not attending the Country Living Fair, how can they buy your products or get them, or where are they found at?
Okay. So Jelly Bean Soup products you can get online at our website, wholesale or retail, and then the vintage stuff. We actually do a lot of pop-up sales in our offices off of Avery Road in Dublin. We do a couple of those, and then we also attend the Country Living Fair, so you can get our products there.
Well, give us the contact information for your website, your address, all your information, so the folks can find you, and of course, find you at the Country Living Fair.
Jelly Bean Soup is jellybean-soup.com. That's our website. You can also follow us along on Concord Road on Facebook or on Instagram now. We just started an Instagram account.
And that's going to be a great event. Jill?
Yes.
Great meeting you. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a beautiful day here at the Scioto Mile, but soon it'll be filled with sounds of reggae and Caribbean culture. Stay tuned to find out more.
Would you like your business to appear on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Well, imagine being able to grow lettuce, tomatoes, anything inside your house without soil. Well, it's very possible in today's world, and there's a place on the east side called Indoor Gardens, and they can get you started. We talked to Mark, and he told us more. Also, they have an expo coming up that you may just want to attend. Well, Mark, welcome down to About Columbus. Good to have you in Indoor Gardens on the show.
I appreciate you having me here, Mike. It's nice to meet you.
This is such an exciting business, and this has grown. And I was here several years ago. I learned about hydroponics, learned about what you guys do. What do you want our viewers to know about Indoor Gardens?
Just have a better understanding of what we are, what we offer to the customers, and how we offer a lot of advantages over the competition.
So explain kind of like what is hydroponics, because that's what you guys do.
It's definitely one of the facets of our company, and hydroponics it's basically a method of growing plants without using soil. That's sort of the basic definition of it. So what you're doing is you're feeding your nutrient solution directly to the plant roots and always giving it exactly what that plant needs depending on the growth stage that the plant is in at that time.
What are some of the things that people can grow inside, or what do they grow inside?
Literally, whatever you can come up with. We've had people growing basil, lettuce. I mean, the common ones are going to be lettuce and tomatoes and your common fruits and vegetables, but we have at our Akron store, we've got a maple tree growing hydroponically. I've grown 7-foot tall sunflowers. So really, whatever you want to grow, whatever plants interest you, it's doable to bring it inside and do it hydroponically.
That's amazing. Well, I know you've got an expo coming up called the Ohio Grown Expo. Tell our viewers a little bit about that.
We do. So we've been doing this for several years now. It used to be called the Indoor Gardens Customer Appreciation Day. Basically, we're going to have, I think we're up to 25 vendors now, and representatives from different companies that we sell here will be on site with tent set up, with demos, some free product that they'll be handing out, and just a lot of industry experts on site to help teach people, explain what they sell, what they offer, and how they can have the most efficient and most yielding garden they can.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, what's the day of Ohio Grown, and where's that going to be?
It is October 6th. It's going to be at this location, our Chantry Drive location in Columbus. It's an all-day event from when we're open at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. when we close. And free event for everybody to come. We'll have food, we'll have some music. We're actually going to do some presentations as well from some of the experts that will be here. So it's an awesome event for everybody to come to.
Yeah, sounds great. So, Mark, give us some contact information for folks that want to come to Ohio Grown or just learn about hydroponics.
Certainly, you can check out our website, indoorgardens.com. There's all sorts of information on there about the event. Call in or stop in, talk to the guys here at the store. We'll help you out, explain everything you need to know. And we look forward to seeing you.
All right, fantastic. Mark, great information. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, we're at the Scioto Mile, where soon the Columbus Caribbean Festival will take place. Here you'll enjoy delicious food, wonderful music, as well as culture from the Caribbean. We spoke with Trish and Abba, who told us more. Well, Trish and Abba, welcome to Out and About Columbus, and thank you so much for coming on to talk about the Columbus Caribbean Festival. And Trish, let me start with you. Tell us all about this great event coming up.
So it's going to be for 3 days, downtown Columbus, Scioto Mile. We're going to be celebrating the culture and heritage of the Caribbean islands right here in Central Ohio. Friday, we're going to have a Bob Marley tribute concert. Saturday, we're going to have a carnival experience. And Sunday, we're going to do a family fun day.
Oh, it sounds like a great time. Well, Abba, let me turn to you. Tell us where you're from and why celebrating Caribbean culture right here in Columbus is so important to you.
Well, I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, a place called Maxwell Park, Kingston 13. And I reside now in Columbus. So, to bring the culture here is definitely a good thing, a good feeling to bring all the peoples together, all genders, race, creed. So the Caribbean Festival means a lot to me, and it's going to be fun. So just come on, make sure you're there.
Well, tell us about some of the music that we're going to experience when we come.
It's going to be a lot of live music. You're going to have a lot of bands playing. You got the Arc Band. You got the Flex Crew. We got Sunshade from out of Cleveland. And we also have a dancehall queen competition that I've been doing for the last 5 years. So now we're going to bring it into the Caribbean Festival and make it a little bigger. And that's a part of Jamaican culture.
Well, everybody loves the culture, the music, the food. Tell us how this got started and why you decided to do it.
It got started because, of course, my husband is from the Caribbean islands. There's no Caribbean festivals here in Columbus. You see them in Miami, New York, Toronto. So we wanted to bring a little taste of the Caribbean experience to Columbus.
Fantastic. When, where, and how do we find out more information so we can come out and enjoy this great experience?
So it is going to be September 14th, 15th, and 16th, Scioto Mile, downtown Columbus. You can find out more information by visiting our website, columbuscaribbeanfestival.com.
Fantastic. Any social media?
Instagram, we're on Instagram, so columbuscaribbeanfestival.com. Columbus Caribbean Festival as well.
Fantastic. Again, thank you, Abba and Trish, for coming on and telling us about this great event. And everybody come down, have some fun.
Well, Thornbill, Ohio is coming alive with one of the biggest festivals in Central Ohio. That coming up in just a little bit.
Like the Out and About Columbus Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news about upcoming shows and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/OutandAboutColumbus.
Well, look at this beautiful artwork. This is all pieces that have been displayed at Arts in the Alley. And this is a community project that's just amazing. It started back in 1979 with the mayor. And he told us more about Arts in the Alley, a little bit of the history, plus the open door that Ohio is doing, the open door connection. This is something where you can see some historical sites right here in Grove City. Well, Mayor Stage, good to have you back on the show.
I love you coming down here, Mike. You know the way, and we're glad to have you.
Well, Grove City is very popular down about Columbus. We loved coming down here. And, of course, it's time for the festivals and Arts in the Alley, and we know this is a big event here. And I know you were real key in the start of this, so talk a little bit about Arts in the Alley.
Well, that's a good question. How did this all evolve? I was president of the Chamber of Commerce in 1979, and some of the wives of some of the board members said, we want to have some type of an arts festival in Grove City, and we want to kind of raise the sophistication, if you would. So they determined that we have a little alley by the police station, said this would be a perfect place to show up some displays of art, ask vendors to come in, do some original artwork. So that was in 1979, and it's history now.
Yeah. You have a lot of community involvement in this. I looked at your sponsors, and you really, the community gets involved in this.
Yeah, and that's very heartwarming because it was a risk when we did the first one, but we had some people very committed to making sure that we get engagement. And again, that has continued to grow. The parade was started in 1989. That usually draws about 100 entries. The crowds are big as they line Broadway. It starts up at Southwest Boulevard on the 15th at 9:30. So it has continued to grow, and it's very heartwarming to know that people really love to come here.
Oh, yeah. Well, this piece down here, let's walk down and take a look at this. This is actually, is this one of the first pieces that you had?
It was actually the first Easel Award-winning piece. That was done by a gentleman named David Maple, who unfortunately just passed away. But the uniqueness is, of course, there's a site from the downtown part of Grove City. So as part of our Arts in the Alley this year, we're part of the Ohio Connection. And at 1 o'clock on the 15th, a lot of displays around Ohio. We're going to be one of them. And Century Village is going to be part of it. Our Grand Homestead is part of it, museum, our little theater off Broadway. So we've hit a home run all the way around.
Yeah, that open door thing is quite a deal around the state, isn't it?
Yeah, we were just pleased to be able to get an invitation to be part of it. We thought we felt for years that we've done a pretty good job in retaining our history, and to be part of that open door it really gives us another notch up in what we have to offer. And Arts and Alley is just one more of those things that said, hey, I love living in Grove City, and that's one of the best hometowns.
Yeah, it's a great community, Mayor. Appreciate you coming on the show today and talking a little bit about Arts in the Alley. Thank you.
You come back anytime. Thank you.
Well, Arts in the Alley is 39 years old, coming up here the third week in September, and a lot going on here in the Grove City area. This attracts about 40,000 people. We had an opportunity to talk to Sean and Marilyn and learn more about what you're going to find in the Grove City area for Arts in the Alley. Well, Marilyn, good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
At the Grove City Chamber. And Sean, good to see you.
Thanks, Mike.
Of course, we're always back for the Arts in the Alley, a big event. So tell us what you're doing this year.
Well, this is our 39th year, and so we are getting ready for next year, actually, already. We've got, as always, over 100 juried artists. We have 25 or so concession stands, which are our local nonprofits and churches. We have music and entertainment on the Heartland stage throughout the weekend, and all kinds of fun and fancy things going on. Of course, we start out on Saturday morning at 9:30 with the the Arts in the Alley Parade, which we do in partnership with the Grove City Girls Club.
This is an amazing event, and it just grown and grown and grown. What are you estimating people-wise?
Well, the police usually give us an estimate around 35,000, maybe as much as 40. So it's a pretty good-sized crowd.
I know a big part of this is you do a lot with the kids. So let's talk a little bit about that.
We do. Our friends down at Crosslinks Church help us with that, and it's sponsored by our good friends at Walmart. We have arts and crafts and activities and games for the little ones up through school age, and they get to take some of their work home with them, and that's been a really popular thing as our Kids Fun Street.
I know that has been. Well, Marilyn, turning to you, I know this event would not be possible with a lot of sponsors that you have in the area. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Heartland Bank, we're pleased to announce, is our presenting sponsor again this year. They've been our presenting sponsor and very active and involved with Arts in the Alley for a long time. Mount Carmel Health Systems is sponsoring our entertainment. Walmart sponsors our Kids Fun Street, and Ohio Health sponsors our parade.
Well, those are your main sponsors, but you have a lot of small sponsors as well, right?
We do. We have Creative Mobile Interiors, El Dorado, Scioto Downs, and the Goddard School, and they sponsor several of our shows.
Now, I know last year you didn't block any roadways, which is good news for this. Is that the case this year, and where is it?
Well, the only thing that will be blocked is our festival area, which is on Broadway and Park Streets. So, and parking is still available, and plenty of parking here. And we will be running a shuttle from Southwest Boulevard down to here. And the shuttle will also provide transportation from the festival area to our quilt show, which is at the Kingston Center around the corner. And again, our festival is free parking, free admission. So
That's great.
it's
Well,
great.
give us some contact information where we can learn more online, and if we need to contact you by phone.
Certainly. Phone is 614-875-9762, and our website is gcchamber.org.
And I know we can find you on Facebook as well, right?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for being on the show, Marilyn.
Thanks
Sean,
for coming.
good seeing you again. Thank you for being on the show.
If it's happening in Central Ohio, you can find it on our events page. ONAColumbus.com will give you detailed information on everything: arts, entertainment, education, sports, theater, and more. Go to ONAColumbus.com and click on ONA Events.
What do you want? 4 good reasons to come to the Backwoods Festival? How about fun, food, great music, and crafts? And boy, I tell you, it is a wonderful time if you come out to the Backwoods Festival. We talked to Kathy Launder. She told us more. Well, Kathy, good to have the Backwoods Festival back on Out and About Columbus.
Well, thank you for having us.
You know, the time just flies. We were talking a little bit off camera. It seems like yesterday I was here for last year's, and I know this is a huge event. How many are you expecting this year?
Well, that's $1 million question. Hopefully lots.
Yeah. You take care of all the traffic and stuff, work with State Highway Patrol and everything, just to get people in and out of here, right?
That's correct. We hire State Highway Patrol, people to park. We've purchased additional land, more entrance exits to get people moving.
Yeah, that's great. So you're telling me you got 100 new vendors this year?
100, I believe, just about 100 new vendors that has not been here before that's bringing something different. So, yes.
Well, it's going to be nice.
Yes, it is.
So what else can people find here?
Great food. Kettle cooked foods, soups, soup beans, veggie soups, chicken, French fries, Mexican, chicken. I go on and on.
So what are they going to find in terms of crafts here? That's the main point of this festival, right?
Absolutely. I have almost 400, 300 and some odd, 375 vendors. Wood crafts and jewelry and pet supplies and pumpkins and mums and...
Is that where they say if you can't find it here, you don't need it?
Yeah, that'd be good to say, yes. Something for everybody.
Yeah, and it's set out here in Thornbill, which is out in the country, and it's beautiful out here.
Well, thank you. We're not that far. We're just 35 miles east of Columbus, 6 miles off the freeway, so you can get here very easily.
Yeah. And like I said, now this runs from the 14th, 15th, and 16th, right?
Correct. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We open early. We're one of the shows that, open early. We open at 8 a.m., even have breakfast foods for you to get.
Yeah.
We have a church service on Sunday morning. We have an auction Saturday afternoon for charity. It goes to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So just something for everybody.
Well, I know this is a huge event. If this isn't one of the biggest ones in Columbus, I don't know what is. I know you get a lot of folks out here, and it is a lot of fun to come out. Give us some contact information, how we get tickets, and get ready to come out to the Backwoods Festival.
Well, great. Tickets you can get them on our webpage, thebackwoodsfest.com. Our phone number, if you got a question, 740-246-4709.
Well, I'll tell you, Kathy, it's so great to see this thing growing, and all the years I've been involved with it, it's just beautiful seeing things happen for you. So best of luck with the Backwoods Festival this year.
Thank you, Mike.
We came out to Thornbill to check out the Backwoods Festival. While we were here, we thought we'd stop over to Village Lanes. We were here about a year ago and talked to Craig Smart. His family's been involved with this lanes for almost 40 years. So we wanted to find out what was new here, and Craig Smart told us. Well, Craig, good to have you in Village Lanes back on the show.
Well, I'm glad to have you guys back.
Been about a year now, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Well, you know what was interesting? It really struck me some of the history here at Village Lanes. Talk about the history.
The Smart family has been involved in one way or another with this place for 42, 43 years now. Our dad worked here. He came with the lanes every time they had new owners. And after he passed, all of my brothers and sisters had the opportunity to purchase the place, so we did.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about the leagues that you have here.
Well, we have our Tuesday morning women's league right now getting started. We have mixed leagues, men's league. I have my kids league coming up on Saturday. Pretty much just anything that anybody would want to get into.
Yeah, it's going to be the season, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Thankfully, yes.
Well, since we've been here a year, what is new here at the Village Lanes?
We're upgrading some stuff in the back. As you can see when you walked in, we're putting a new awning on the building, which was desperately needed. Upgraded the kitchen a little bit, new food items, stuff like that. So if you haven't been here for a while, you might be surprised with some of the stuff that we've done.
Yeah, the place looks great.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job here. Well, how do we learn more about Village Lanes and get to come out and try this out?
Well, just give us a call at 740-246-6060, and you can either speak to me or whoever answers the phone. We'll get you all the information you need. We also have a Facebook page, Village Lanes. Just check that out. That has all of our fall leagues and any special events that are coming up.
Fantastic. Well, if you come out for the Backwoods Festival, maybe stop over here, right?
Exactly.
Sounds great. Craig, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Plum Home in Marysville is where you'll find beautiful vintage furniture, decorative items for your home, as well as great gifts that you'll find nowhere else. Paula and Maggie told us more about how they got started, as well as some of the beautiful items you'll find in their downtown Marysville store. Well, Paula and Maggie, welcome to Out and About Columbus.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us out to Plum Home. Tell us exactly how you guys got started, because this is kind of an interesting story.
Oh, thank you. Back a few years ago, we decided we wanted to start going to auctions and collecting stuff to redo, because I like to craft, and so does Maggie. So we ended up having quite a lot of stuff, and so we opened an Etsy store. And that was successful. And then we had more stuff, bigger stuff. So we decided to have a barn sale. So, because I have a big barn at my property. So we had a barn sale. That was successful. And so then a year and a half later, we decided to open up a brick and mortar store. And so we opened in January of 2017.
Well, it is such a darling store. I love it. And I love the merchandise. But Plum Home, tell us how you got that name.
Well, actually, Maggie came up with that name. My name is Paula Lynch, PL. Her name is Maggie Mullen, MM, and U in the middle. So Plum Home.
Maggie, what are we going to find when we come here? Because there is so much to look at.
There is a lot to look at. We really make sure when we're putting something out on the floor, it's something we would put in our own home. So you're going to find a lot of really unique pieces. We specialize in vintage things. We really like mid-century, but definitely lots of different things that you wouldn't find anywhere else.
When you walk in the store, it's not just shopping. It's actually an experience. And a lot of customers have said that. Tell us what you mean by that.
We want to make sure that when people are coming through the door, that not only are they greeted by us, but they're greeted by all of the things in the shop. So we want to make sure they're having a pleasant experience and they really get to see things they wouldn't see anywhere else.
Well, tell us how we can find out more information about Plum Home and come out and see these beautiful items.
Absolutely. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Plum Home. You can also search Etsy. Our shop name is Plum Home, Plumm Home. We're located at 116 East 5th Street in Marysville.
And I definitely encourage everybody to come out here and see it because it really is a great store. Thank you again for having us out, and it's time to shop.
Would you like your business to appear on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Well, remember, if you missed any of today's show, you can always go to our website at onacolumbus.com. There you can see past episodes of the show, and be sure to join us next week as we check out the Home and Garden Show.